Cassidy Green is a dear friend of mine who instantly became a soul sister when we connected at an Empath Academy workshop. We bonded over 6 weeks. However, as soon as I met Cassidy, I was drawn to her with her very nurturing spirit. And then I learned that she was a hypnotist on a mission to help anyone who wanted the gift of hypnosis to whoever was ready to receive it. I feel blessed and inspired to receive one of her advanced hypnosis scripts that she read to me and another dear friend. Within our hypnosis, we both saw what our future could entail if we continued to settle for a mediocre relationship with ourselves and others. My vision personally was very realistic and quite sad, to be honest. But then Cassidy walked us through to the other side of what our future could look like if we decided to celebrate our worthiness and joy and success. And my vision during that part of the hypnosis was like rainbows and butterflies and celebration all at the same time. It was truly inspiring, uplifting, and it really left me with no choice other than to indeed choose my joy, happiness, and success over my mediocre relationship with myself and others. I am so thankful that I got to be on the receiving end of such a wonderful gift that my dear friend Cassidy Rose Green has to offer. And now you listeners get to be on the receiving end. Introducing Cassidy Rose Green. Welcome, Cassidy.
Thank you, Chrissy. That was beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're so happy to have you.
I'm so happy to be here.
So my first question for you, my dear friend, is what is hypnosis exactly, and how does it differ from meditation?
Hypnosis is a natural state of focus. Really, that's what it is. It kind of centers you and gets you completely focused. It's not like what Hollywood or scary movies or books teaches us, where it's you're under the control. It's the complete opposite. You are actually more in control and more alert and more focused than probably you've ever been. And it differs from meditation in that there's different theta waves, brain waves that your brain goes through. And in hypnosis, you're a little bit deeper than in meditation. In meditation's ultimate goal is for like relaxation, centered grounding, whereas hypnosis encompasses those, but it also is a very specific tool, guide to like solve a problem.
I love that. And I definitely felt that when I got to receive your hypnosis. So yes, I can vouch for you. That is absolutely 100% true. So on that topic, it is clear to me that you are a light holder, Cassidy, a guide to help bring those who may be lost or those who are just ready to elevate to the next level. You help them find their path. Can you tell us how you found your passion in hypnosis? Was there like a marker in your life, a trauma, or a story that you can share with us that led you here as a light holder through hypnosis?
Goodness. My entire life has been nothing but trauma. So as a little girl, I was very much abused, physically, mentally, emotionally abused, which I guess I kind of suppressed. And then as I became an adult and as my children got older, the depression, which really was always there, because I guess when I look back in my teenage years, I really went through a deep depression. I got into drugs and alcohol and not so good things. And then as I got older, I just had lost myself. I wasn't in connection with myself, and I just was so unhappy that I didn't see any value of being here anymore. And I didn't think like anybody would miss me if I was gone. And so I tried to end my own life. And I was in the hospital for quite some time. And one of the stipulations of getting out was I had to go to talk therapy. And I was on all kinds of medications, like 7 medications at one time. going to talk therapy, I still had all kinds of suicidal ideations. And so I had to go to a psychiatrist who wanted to do electroshock therapy. So I went to, my husband was like, no way, no way, no way. So I went to another therapist who was also a hypnotist, and she kept wanting to try hypnosis on me. And I would refuse because I thought it was mind control, and she was going to get me to do this electroshock therapy. And finally, I was having a panic attack inside her office and I couldn't leave. And so she asked if she could do hypnosis on me, and I agreed. And within 24 hours after that, like I was able to go outside of my home. And then after another session, like I started kind of smiling and I was singing. And then after the third session, like I just was lit up inside. And so I knew like this was something that I had to give back to the world. I had to shine a light on it because no one should ever feel that horrible that they don't want to be here.
Amen. Absolutely. And that is some real life that you just brought to us. So thank you so much for sharing your story, because I know that I've been in some, not the same situation, absolutely not, but I've had a taste of that as well. And I know many others have as well. So when you shine some light on it, it gives others the opportunity to open up and maybe be vulnerable in an effort to start to heal. So thank you. And in episode 5, the importance of nurturing your inner child, which you just kind of touched on, was brought to life. Can you share with our listeners and viewers how hypnosis can help unlock our inner child so that we may live in harmony with our inner child?
Absolutely. So in hypnosis, well, first of all, there's lots of different types of hypnosis, and I'm trained in lots of different methods. And one big one is like regression to cause. And I don't personally agree with that. And I have been on the receiving end of regression to cause, where you regress back to the time that the traumatic incident happened. I believe that you can regress back like emotionally and not like actually revivify the situation, because I don't think it's necessary. So, how hypnosis can help with the inner child is if you are like where I was, or some of my other clients, where you just are so hopeless and so lost and like so disconnected from yourself, like going back and getting back to that child, getting back to that, because they're always there, and just reconnecting with that child, talking to them, like letting them know, I'm here, you're safe. I think that's the biggest thing, like letting that inner child know that you're safe and heal the wounds. And I don't mean like going in and, like I said, revivifying the events that caused the situation, but just like patching up the emotions of where it all began, and holding that. Like I just kind of, what I do in hypnosis when we're working on inner child is shrink the child down and put it into your hand, and then you put them in your heart. Mm-hmm. And then the child like is always there, being loved and nurtured and safe. And when you can reconnect and know that you're safe from an early age, like it just changes the whole trajectory of the rest of your life, because it's like a domino effect. Then it replaces all the other emotions that you've worked through. And so healing the inner child is very important, but then also connecting with them and nurturing them and holding them safe, I think like also reignites that spark and that connection. Because like, especially for moms, I don't know if this is true with you since your children are so young, but I like dedicated my entire life to my children and kind of lost myself to my children in my career at the time. And so when you can heal all those wounds, you also start to get to know yourself again.
100%. Yeah, there's a lot of moms, I think, that kind of lose a part of themselves through motherhood. And there's a lot of times through motherhood that our own children, like they trigger us, and it gives us an opportunity to do some healing. What you just said is so hopeful, though, because there's definitely a lot of trauma that I have been through and many of us have been through. It's very scary to go back in time and revisit that. So what I just heard from you was that there's a way that is effective and also safe. So thank you. That's very hopeful for, I'm sure, many, many listeners and definitely for me as well. Is there such a thing as self-hypnosis? And if so, can you share like a mini self-hypnosis method that we can do on our own?
Well, all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. A hypnotist is just the guide. We're the conduit that just facilitates. So all hypnosis is self-hypnosis. Affirmations are a type of hypnosis. When you repeat them over and over and over to yourself, that is a form of hypnosis. Just, you know, I am also a mindfulness practitioner. So mindfulness, like when you're really getting centered and getting into the breath and getting into the, like, say you're looking at a tree and you're focused on the tree. It's when like all those external things are gone. That's a form of self-hypnosis. So basically, hypnosis is just bypassing the conscious mind and getting into the unconscious mind. So any like way of counting, imagining going down like a set of 10 stairs very slowly and methodically, just counting one. Well, you want to go 10, 9, 8. You want to go backwards when you're going into hypnosis, and you want to count upwards when you're coming out. But so all hypnosis is self-hypnosis.
I love that though, because again, you're giving us a gift that all of us can do at home with a simple act of, say, looking in the mirror every day and saying, you are worthy. You are worthy. You are worthy. And then just the repetition of that, and then you start to believe it. And it goes the other way too. If you start saying negative things about yourself, you're listening to yourself, right? So we need to change our lingo and start believing it. And really what you're saying is we hold the power of how we live and lead our lives, which is empowering, right? So again, thank you, Cassidy. You're giving us so much amazing information. So if there is one thing of importance that you wished every soul on this planet knew, what would that be?
Oh, goodness. Love.
Yes.
And I'm not necessarily referring to self-love. Like, we're in just such a state of, we need so much healing. And, it starts with yourself, of course, loving yourself, but also like extending that love to others. Like if you're walking down the street, instead of like looking down, like take the time to smile at a person, or at the, cash register, like acknowledge that person, say their name, because they usually have like a name tag on, and just spread love. Like I believe love will heal everything. That's what I like to believe. So but you have to start with yourself, because obviously if you don't love yourself, you don't have that love to give to others.
Well, I'm definitely feeling the love from you. Love, 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 love. Cassidy, it has been such an honor. Is there anything else that you wish to share with our audience?
Yes, I have a gift. If you go onto Instagram at Cassidy Rose Green, in my bio, there is one of my favorite hypnosis audios for you. It's titled Free Hypnosis Audio, but it takes you into your heart space, and it really resonates with me. And then you can find me on my website at www.CassidyRoseGreen.com. And there you can book a session or find other audios.
Beautiful. I will definitely be one of those those takers. So thank you again for your offerings. And I just want to say thank you to the divine for bringing us all here together to coexist and co-create together. And my friends, as you know, I always end it like this. It has been a pleasure with love and light, and so it is.